Hi guys, welcome back once again to the Master Academy. Today we are going to continue up with the third session of the logical reasoning questions that have been asked in the NQT examination of the previous year's conducted TCS examination. So TCS NQT is one of such kind of examination which is conducted on an yearly basis. Definitely NQT and EON NQT are both different. So those who are looking forward to apply for this examination, you can join up the Master Academy for the coaching, the training and the skills development program. So without any further ado, we'll move on to the third session. So those students or candidates who are preparing for this examination and have not yet checked out the previous videos, part 1 and part 2, go through that and let us know your comments, guys. So without further ado, we'll continue with the questions. Before starting up, logical reasoning part is one such kind of subject that you have to have a hold on. You have to keep on practicing. It will be a lot much of easier. And there is one important thing that I'd like to point out at the end of this session. So stay tuned. So check out the question, guys. The sales price of a drilling machine was increased by 10% and then its price was again increased by 10%. What is the total increase in the initial price of the machine? See, one very simple and a very basic form of question, but a large number of students usually confuse this particular kind of question. As you can see, the options have been given. Directly by looking at question, a large number of candidates directly write down or mark down the answer to be 20%. Because in the first case, there is an increase of what? 10%. In the second case, once again, there is an increase of 10%. So without directly thinking, a large number of candidates, if in case 20% was present, it is not given here, but usually they give this 20%. So directly hitting out the or marking the 20% would be definitely wrong, because this is a successive discount based question. Discount is not being provided, or the profit percentages or increase that they have mentioned, they are doing it in a form of series, a successive format, and not directly. Here we can do one thing. We'll take up the assumption. We don't know the price or what the initial cost or whatever the data is. We are going to take up the initial value to be 100. The sales price. Okay, we'll take the initial price to be 100 rupees. According to the question, there was an increase of 10%. 10% increase. We are assuming this 100. Now, like I have always said in the previous session too, you can assume any of the thing that you want. You can take X, you can take 10, 5, 2, 15, anything. But 100 will be a much more easier for us on the calculation base. That is the reason I usually take out 100. Here we don't have to assume X, because when they have given us the 10% value, we can take 100 on an approximate basis, an assumption based value, because the data to options have also been mentioned in percentage format. So no need of writing the accurate value, no need to find X. You can assume a direct value 100 as I have done, and you can check out the data as it is given in the percentage format. That is the reason I am taking 100 and not X. So anyways, so 10% increase. If the initial price was 100, 10% increase. 10% means 10 rupees. So the final value would be what? 110. After 10% increase, 100 rupees was the initial price. 10% increase, that will lead to what? 110. Then again the second time, its price was again increased by 10%. So now the present value is what? 110. So 110, we are furthermore increasing 10% on that. So 10% of 110, that will turn out to be 11, guys. Yes, 11 rupees. Here the increase is 10 rupees. At the second 10% increase will be 11 rupees. So final amount will be what? 121. So 121 is nothing but 21%. 121 is nothing but 21% increase of the initial format. You can also check in directly according to the percentage format. 10 rupees, 11 rupees, 10 plus 11, 21, and that will lead to 21. Option number B. Option number B. I hope it is clear, guys. A very simple question. So now we'll move on to the next particular question. Yes, guys, one major important thing in the logical reasoning part, you can expect 8 questions, 8 to 10 questions, or maximum in the sense 15 questions. Specifically in NQT based examination TCS, they don't ask much more than 10 questions belonging to LR. But logical reasoning, like I have always said, it appears to be quite an easy base, but you need to have a practice, only then it will be easier. Suppose for example this question belongs to courses of action. Now always remember, while you are solving course of action, statement and assumption, and statements and implicit base, any kind of questions related to the verbal ability, Verbal ability in the sense you will have to focus on the language. So there are actually two methods that you can solve these particular questions belonging to the logical reasoning part. First, follow up whatever they are mentioning in the question. Remember, you have to assume everything that they are mentioning to be true. For example, the statement that they have given, whatever statement they provide, you have to take that to be the truth. For example, like I've also said in the previous session, 1 plus 1 is 2, definitely. But in case if they are mentioning 1 plus 1 is equal to 3 in the given statement, you will have to follow according to them. On the basis of that, you will have to derive the answer. Okay, that is the first method. Or second method is, you can go along with whatever it is that you think is right, and definitely you are going to lose marks, because like I said, you will have to assume the data that they are providing is true. Okay, so we'll deal with this particular second example today's session. So many social media celebrities and many social media celebrities advertise about intraday trading in their videos, about how easily anyone can make money, but they don't show the negative aspect of it, that is about losing money. So one important thing here, guys, what they are saying is, we have also seen a large number of advertisement that celebrities and famous personalities usually carry out. Definitely it is their job, they have signed some contract and they're doing. Okay, so celebrities, they are posting some positive thing about intraday trading. So no need to go into the specifics of what intraday trading is. Intra basically refers to a single day. Intra means within. So within one day trading, that is one form of a trading that usually that involves in the financial market. Okay, those people who are working in financial market, who are doing this trading, they are well aware of that. So here you should know what intraday trading is, only then you will be able to understand the question. Always remember, try to first understand the statement or the summary that they are trying to explain, and only then you can answer. If you don't know any of the word, just don't go according to assumption. Closely if you know, somehow if you think that this might be true, okay, only then deal. But if you do not know, then don't expect a right answer. You should know the meaning of each and every word. Okay, so here intraday trading means a single day trading that is carried on in one particular day. So the statement suggests many of the many of the popular and famous celebrities, they are carrying out advertisements about what intraday trading is and how you can earn money. But there is a drawback, they don't tell you about the risk factor, they don't tell you about the loss and the negative part of that. So what should be done? Okay, they are telling that do the particular kind of business, but whatever the positive approach, they only speak about the positive approach, but what about the negative approach? They don't speak on that. So what should be the proper form of action now that an individual has to take? Which of these given two courses or these two given statements will fit as a solution to this given summary? Okay, that is what we have to find out here, and these are the options that you will have to mark up. Course of action. First one, the government should ban advertisement of intraday trading. So the first suggestion is that the government should completely ban the intraday trading. That is not going to work, definitely, guys, because as celebrities, they are just carrying out the business deal. And about intraday trading or any of the work that you come across, there is always a positive approach and also the negative approach. So this first statement, to completely ban the advertisement, that is not going to work. Why? Because if in case the government completely bans, then how the people should come to know about the new deals and the new factors that are into consideration? So statement 1 does not completely fit in. Partially it might, but not completely satisfying. We'll move on to the second one. The government should make certain guidelines to advertise these kind of apps. Yes, the second statement suggests the government should make some form of restriction, some guidelines. The government should take some steps in order to tell the people as to how to deal with these kind of applications. So this somewhat fits in. The government cannot completely ban the celebrities, but it can take certain steps in order to make the public or the general people know, to get the idea, an awareness campaign kind of situation. So this second statement, it fits the summary here. So now you will have to look at the option. Only course of action 2 follows. Yes, only the second option that they have given here, only that fits in. So only that one follows, option number A. So in the same base, there are four options here, only one follows, only two follows, both the courses of action follows. Whatever fits in, you will have to apply. Now remember guys, first you have to take in whatever data they have given to be true. Don't run your mind here, because even if they have mentioned something wrong, they will clarify here in the assumption. Okay, I hope it is clear. And one more thing, as many number of questions you solve related to statements and course of action, or any LR based question relating to the verbal ability, that will be easier for you. Okay, I hope it is clear. Now once more guys, there are many discussing points and features that we need to deal with here, but we are, like I've said, this is only the part we are dealing with the previous year question. Okay, so we'll move on to the next particular question. Once again guys, a statement and assumption form of question. During a national emergency, even civilians can be deployed into the war field. Okay, this is the statement that they have mentioned. Even in the case of national emergency, civilians too can be deployed into the war. That is the statement. Now assumption, what we have to assume from this? See, assumption, implicit, then course of action, they are somewhat referring to the same structure of data, but only the thing is you will have to find out according to option. So we'll see here, in case of national emergency, civilians are to be sent into the war field. So from that, what do we think is the right statement? Which of these given two options will fit in here? The first, it shows the interest of civilians to safeguard the nation. The first assumption, it suggests that the civilians too are interested in order to protect the nation. Firstly guys, it is not the interest of civilians, it is the duty of a civilian in order to protect our country. If we want to survive, if we love our country, we will have to protect our country. So interest, this particular word does not fit in that much accordingly. But nonetheless, they have mentioned interest of civilians, but they are suggesting that in order to safeguard their nation. So this is the main word here, main point. In order to safeguard the nation, people, normal civilians, will have to move or involve themselves into the war field in case of national emergency. Yes, that might be true. Now second option, due to the insufficient military resources, the government has given an opportunity to the civilians. Due to insufficient military resources. See guys, insufficiency of military resources basically happens in case of emergency, but that is not the accurate reason that civilians should be given an opportunity. Definitely in times of war or emergency, it is the duty of civilian, like I said, but that should not be taken as a drawback for the military resources. It is not going to be a drawback. So this too will not fit in that much. But if you look in furthermore, there is another word here, strong word, an opportunity to the civilians. Okay, opportunity to the civilians. So civilians, they actually have a chance, a wonderful opportunity for them to jump in, to furthermore strengthen the patriotic effect and to protect the nation. Okay, so this one particular question is a very twisted form of question belonging to the assumptions and statements part. So once again, deal with this question, try to think in and let us know the answer in the comment section. Okay, we'll let you know the answer, but this one particular question I want you to think. The reason is they have also mentioned this word interest, yet they have also mentioned the word safeguard, a positive, a strong word, and interest not that much suitable according to the patriotic feeling and the duty of a civilian. And here insufficient military resources, that will be a drawback to the military strength of the country, and that is not a good thing. But yet again they have mentioned the second word, opportunity. Okay, opportunity to the civilians. Now that once again is a positive thing. So I want you to think about this question and let us know whether both of the options are right or wrong, or which of the options follow. Let us know guys in the comment section. Okay, so we'll move on to the next question. Yes, so this one question particularly is a time consuming form of a question. Now remember, if the question seems a little bit lengthy, there are two methods. Okay, right now, not unlike the previous two method thing, here there are definitely two methods in order to solve. First method is you can directly go up with the options that they have provided. You can check according to the conditions which of these particular options fit in, that you can check. But there is a drawback. For example, if the answer if you're using the options here, if you're using the answers, if you are answering with respect to the given options, there is one drawback. You will find the answer, but if in case the answer is going to be the fourth option, then you will have to check all the three, first, second and third. That might consume a little bit of your time. Okay, beware of that. Or you can just read and assimilate and understand accordingly. Okay, so I'll just try to deal in with the question, whichever seems to or deems to fit with you, you can go with that and practice in the same manner. A medico legal team consisting medico legal in the term, a medical and a legal team, okay, consisting of doctors belonging to the medical field and the legality with respect to the lawyers belonging to the constitutional part. There is a team, medical, doctors and lawyers. A team is to be formed, medico legal team consisting 6 members has to be formed by selecting expert members from among 6 law experts A, B, C, D, E, F and 5 medical experts G, H, J, K and L. The team must meet the following criteria. So what they are suggesting here, guys, is they actually have to build up a team consisting of 6 members. They are trying to build up a medico-legal team consisting of 6 members, and the condition is that the team must meet the following criteria. 5 medical experts. Okay, there are 5 doctors, in case we'll assume doctors, 5 doctors, and there are 6 lawyers. So out of these 11 people, we will have to make a team consisting of 6 members, and that team has to satisfy this condition. We'll check what the conditions are. See, first, there must be at least 3 medical experts in the team. Out of 6 members, 3 should be doctors. Okay, not necessarily doctors, we are assuming doctors. 3 should be doctors and 3 should be lawyers. Once again, we are assuming them to be lawyers. Unnecessarily, we don't have to involve. So 3 doctors should be present in the 6-member team and 3 of the lawyers should be present. That is the first condition. If B is selected, B, so B, he is a lawyer. Second condition is if B is selected, J must also be selected. That is the first condition. They are not saying B should be selected. Okay, there is a difference. They are not saying that B should or he must be selected, he or she must be selected. They are saying if in case B is selected, then J must also be present. So B, he is a lawyer, J, he is a doctor. So if in case he is selected, so we'll do one thing, we'll take B and J. We have to select 3 doctors and 3 lawyers, right? So we'll take 1 doctor and 1 lawyer. So according to the statement, the second statement, B and J should be, they should be present both together. Now coming back to the third, if F and K are selected in the team, if in case, okay, there is a difference. If, must, should, there is a difference. If in case F and K are selected, F and K, so K is a doctor and F is a lawyer. So if in case a lawyer and doctor, F and K are selected in the team, C or D cannot be selected. So C and D, they cannot be together if in case F and K are both together. Okay, that is the second condition, third condition. And then E and L, okay, they have mistyped in the options. Okay, fourth, this is the fourth option. Okay, E and L have to be selected together. So that is the fourth condition. E and L have to be selected together. So E is a doctor, E is a lawyer and L is a doctor. So if in case E and L are selected together, they should be both one team. E and L, they are selected both one together according to the fourth. D and J cannot come together in the team. D and J. Now remember, if J is selected, B should be together. According to the first, B is selected, J should be. So B and J, if they both are present, then definitely D cannot be with them. D, he cannot be with them if BJ is present. If BJ both are present. Okay. Now A can be selected only if K is also selected. A can be selected only and only if K is selected. So that means what? A and K should be both together. A is a lawyer, K is a doctor. So according to the given statements, and vice versa. Vice versa means in both the direction. Okay. So BJ, EL, AK. This is a team. 2 people or 2 member. they should be all together, and then D cannot be. Okay, according to this, D and J cannot be. So we will have to eliminate D. Okay, now what you have to see in, we do not know for sure whether we are picking in BJ, EL, AK for sure. We do not know that BJ are selected or they are must, we do not know. So what we have to do, the conditions, we don't have to occupy or identify the perfect answer here. First we will have to look at the option, and looking at the option, okay, then you will have to decide whether the selection is going to be right. I said two methods. Firstly, without looking at the option, you can keep on analyzing, that will consume a little bit of more time. The second way, you can leave the analysis part and directly check according to the options. That too is going to consume a little bit of more time. It is better if you analyze half and then go according to the options half. Okay, that will be easier. So what I am going to do, BJ, EL and AK, that is the condition, and D should not be present. So first option, F, G, J. See now here, J and B, D. Okay, if B, J are present both together, D should not be present according to the statement, D and J. But here J and B are present, that is fine, but D is present with them, that is not possible according to the given option. So option 1, that serves out. Okay, now coming back to the second. Now B and J, one lawyer and one doctor, and then E and L, according to what we have taken, E and N, a lawyer and a doctor, and then AK, A and K, a lawyer and a doctor. So these three conditions are also satisfied here, looking at the second option. And fourth D and J, this condition is also satisfied, and then A can be selected only if K, that condition too is also satisfied, and three lawyers and three doctors, that condition too is also satisfied. So definitely you won't have to look furthermore, and directly you can say option number 2, LAJKBA, that is going to be your answer. Okay, the only drawback that you can face here, guys, is if in case your answer is at the fourth position, fourth option, then you will have to check all the options. That is the only drawback. But in NQT based examination, maximum sense, okay, large number of times, because of the time frame limit. Okay, this is not a commissionality based examination like KPSCs, okay, UPSCs, banking and so on, just a medium based examination. So for that purpose, on a large sense, NQT provides options, answerable options, only up to 1 and 2 at a large sense. Okay, but then again you will have to analyze the question. Without analysis it will be a little bit difficult, and this, once again, as you keep on solving 5 to 6 questions, it will be a lot much easier for you in order to analyze. Okay, now once again, guys, there is a little bit of more explanation that we are not currently doing here. Okay, I hope you are able to understand and follow. So now, without further ado, we'll move on to the next question. Okay, without letting directly solving up the questions, a large number of candidates want to know what it is that Mastery Academy intends to do. See, if you want to get a seat, guys, if you want to prepare yourself for MNC based examination, okay, finding a job each and everywhere, you will have to clear the examination today, and you should know how to clear the interviews, how to get the interviews, how your resume should actually get selected through the ATS, how HR should call you, how to respond, what the mail responses should be, the way you answer, how to utilize your courses and certificates and everything. Okay, so there are 2 programs, assessment preparation batch, where we are going to train you for all the assessment examination, including the quantitative, LR part, reasoning, verbal ability, and the technical round, but no domain, guys. Okay, domain in the sense main subject. For example, people belonging to the computer science background, they will have to clear one subject specifically reserved for computer science. Okay, then commerce background, they will have to clarify one test belonging specifically to the commerce background. So apart from domain, we are going to cover up everything that is going to be asked in the examination for assessment batch. Okay, MNCs, a large number of examinations are conducted. Most popular among them are NQTs, CoCubes, Elite, okay, Wipro Elite, NTH, NLA exams of Deloitte, eLitmus, AMCAT, MET, CET. So these are employability tests that you can use for freshers and experienced people. Both of them can apply. Apart from that, there are a number of companies which are currently conducting on the hiring program starting in the second half of the year 2026. You can check out. And then after that, For promotion, MBA is necessary, master's degree, MBA, MTech and MCM. So if you are a working candidate and you want to secure a position in one of the top institutes such as IIMs, okay, IIT based organization, you can definitely write this examination, CAT examination, okay, CAT, GMAT, MAT, Xavier's test. So these are the examinations conducted by top institutes. If you are looking forward for the coaching provided on this particular sense, definitely you can join the Mastery Academy and know the further details and join the application download program. Okay, not the program guys, just I'm saying that you should download the application available on Google Play Store. So this is the logo, download it and you can contact us in order to know further more details about the programs and join in as the admissions are open. We are going to launch up with the batches. So okay, so coming back to the next question. So coding, see there are two different kind of coding. Coding refers to pseudocodes, okay, pseudocodes, that is different, and programming based coding, that is different. Okay, pseudocodes and that coding is different, this coding is different, logical reasoning coding is different. This is a question belonging to that part. Now coding in this sense, large number of people are not even applying to these assessment programs, fearing that they don't know coding. See, if you are not from the computer science background or the IT background, the coding examination that you will have to write is not at the extreme level. It is not even close to the intermediate level. Just the basics of coding, as to why hash include, okay, the standard library, what are the reasons, okay, on that basis the basic questions will be asked. So whatever work that you are doing today, you need to work on computers today. Okay, in today's generation, in today's time, you will have to work on computers, so you need to have the basic knowledge about coding. So even if you're not an expert or if you have not completed any of the particular coding based programming course, you can also apply for the assessment examination. Okay, so this, coming back to the logical coding, see here, what is the code for pretty in the code language? Okay, pretty is a word, beautiful, pretty, good looking, handsome, that's the meaning. So statement, you will have to identify what is the code for the word pretty. Statements, yame ma kaki, okay, these are just the pronunciation, a code based format that they have given. So yame ki means they are pretty, ma kaki, they are pretty. See here, a large number of candidates, they commit a mistake. What mistake? See, they take in the respective positions. They think, they means students, candidates, they think they, okay, they think this they means yame. So what I'm trying to say, they does not mean yame, not necessarily. They might shift the codes here. Okay, yame or ma can mean pretty, ma can mean are, or it may be they. So don't directly go accordingly, respectively. It is not at all necessary. You should identify these statements. So ma, ka and ki means they are pretty. So looking only at this first statement, we cannot say what is the code for are, pretty or they. We will have to move on for the second statement. Now, kaku, papu. Okay, kaku, papu, you can pronounce as and however that you like. So kaku, papu means we are not happy. Once again, we does not mean ka, r does not mean ku. They might shift these codes and words. So now here, look at these statements. They are pretty, we are not happy. There is only one word that is common, one verb, okay, are. Here is are present, here too are is present, not this are, okay, here are. They are both common here, are and are. So what you have to do within these codes, okay, there is no other word. There is only one word that is common. So here within this code, what or which of the code is on a common basis? Ka is also present here, it is also present here. Okay, whatever other codes are, they are not at all common. Nothing is common here. So just by looking, you can say ka refers to are, because that is the only common word here, are. Okay, and are is a verb. It is a verb. Okay, so ka and ka, that is what are means. But he is asking us in the question the meaning of the word or the coding language. What does pretty mean? So we cannot say, guys, only on the basis of these two statements we will not be able to specify what pretty means. Okay, there is no commonality. We can tell what the code of R is, that is ka, but we cannot seem to find what the code of pretty is only on the basis of these two statements. Now here, Which of these statements is sufficient? Data sufficiency. Data sufficiency and data interpretation questions also belong to the logical part. Now DBMS questions, database management system questions, they are once again not at all completely related to coding part, because large number of candidates, whenever they see DBMS or SQL, okay, not relating to the specific job requirement, they do not even try to give up the examination or the interview. They don't even apply for that post. Now remember, okay, just 1 minute, I'm moving away from topic. So DBS and standard query language, if you are applying for any of the job where they are asking these skills specifically for coding and programming, then you should know in detail, in-depth analysis based knowledge. If in case they are not specifically asking for coding, you need to have only the average knowledge related to this, okay, that will be fine. Now coming back here, data sufficiency, both 1 and 2, both this statement are not sufficient for us in order to identify the code of pretty. So you will have to look for the option here, either statement 1 alone or statement 2, both this statement 1 and 2 together are not sufficient, okay. Option number B, both 1 and 2 are not at all sufficient in order to answer this particular question or to identify the code of this particular word pretty, okay. I hope it is clear, guys. We'll move on to the next question. Yes, the next question once again, statements and conclusion. Statement and conclusion. See, conclusions, assumptions, implicit, okay, statement and implicit based statement, they are all, like I said, on a major sense the same part. Like I said, you will have to be clear on the verbal ability and you will have to read these questions first. It will be easier to answer those questions that you have worked on previously. If you have not worked on that particular question, it will take a little bit of your time, on a little bit, not too much of a complicated sense, just a little bit. 10 minutes of Surya Namaskar daily is highly beneficial for the body and mind. Definitely, guys. Surya Namaskar is a form of an exercise, I am pretty sure many among you know. So 10 minutes of daily exercise is very good for body and mind. That is what they are saying. So what we can conclude from that? What is he trying to say? First statement, moderate level of physical activity is recommended for leading a healthy life. Yes, definitely. Moderate in the sense an average level of physical activity, daily exercising on a moderate level is a very good method in order to lead a healthy life. Okay, definitely we can say that 10 minutes of exercise is a moderate exercise, so you can lead a healthy lifestyle. That fits in according to the summary. Now coming back to the second statement, all persons involved in the sedentary jobs shall definitely suffer from medical issues. See, sedentary in the sense there are many meanings here. In this situation, sedentary means not involving too much of physical activity. Means jobs that you basically perform sitting on a chair, okay, you don't move around much, like jobs in MNCs and computer software based jobs, working on computers, you will not move physically, you are active with your mind but not that much of movement. Sedentary jobs, on a common sense you can say sitting jobs, jobs that you do just by sitting on a chair with not much of bodily movement or physical action. So all the persons involved in sedentary jobs shall definitely suffer from medical issues. No, we cannot say that, guys. See, 10 minutes of exercise is good, but that does not mean that all the people who are carrying out the sedentary jobs are going to face some form of health issues. We cannot be sure. Definitely sedentary jobs without any physical activity is harmful, but that does not mean that all the people are going to suffer from ill health. Okay, everyone is going to suffer from some physical damage. We cannot be sure of that. So only statement 1 fits in. 10 minutes of exercise is good to lead a healthy life. So that is what we will have to look up here. Both the conclusion follow? No, only conclusion 1 follows. Only conclusion 1. So that is with respect to the part. Okay. So I hope it is clear. Yes, guys. So that is it for today. I think we have solved about 6 to 7 questions. We are solving on a very minute basis because we are not explaining in details. I hope it is being helpful to all those candidates who are preparing for NQT based examination. If you want to prepare to the assessment examinations, secure a job, and if you want to prepare for skill based development, you have to join the Mastery Academy. Okay, so that will be it for today, guys. Stay connected with us. Let us know your suggestions, criticisms if you have any, and any ideas on your behalf. Definitely Mastery Academy welcomes you all. So join the Mastery Academy, guys, and know your why. Up till then, have a great time. Take care, guys. Thanks and bye.